We're now going to talk about Elliott's rules. There are only 3 rules. The first is that of waves 1, 3, and 5, wave 3 can never be the shortest wave. The second rule is that wave 2 can never retrace more than 100% of wave 1. And the last rule is that the end of wave 4 can never overlap the orthodox end of wave 1. As a strong guideline, and we'll be getting into guidelines in the next section, but since this is a strong guideline, I include this in the rules section. No portion of wave 4 can enter the price territory of wave 1 or wave 2. Let's look at a diagram that illustrates these 3 rules. First, at the top, we see that wave 2 cannot retrace more than 100% of wave 1. If we look at wave 3, we see that wave 3 is never the shortest of waves 1, 3, and 5. And lastly, you see wave 4 does not overlap the price territory of wave 1. I want you to look at this diagram and see how you would label this wave structure. If we look at the 5-wave structure here, we could call this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then what wave is that? Can we say that this is wave 1 and that this is wave 2 up here, and that we're going to resume the downtrend and take out the low of wave 1? No, we cannot say that, because wave 2 cannot retrace more than 100% of wave 1. Therefore, we must label this 5-wave decline as a wave C of some correction that that preceded this, and that we have a move to the upside, a new trend to the upside. And I've indicated that here. The 5-wave move to the downside cannot be the start of a new trend, but it can be wave C of a corrective pattern. Look at this diagram. I want you to think about for a few seconds how you would label this wave structure. Well, we could call this a 1, 2, 3, maybe this is 4. Could also be an ABC correction, followed by a new trend to the downside. Let's add some more information. Now, how would you label this structure? Can it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? No, that is not correct. Wave 3 can never be the shortest wave of waves 1, 3, and 5. So the way we label this structure is we label 1, 2, and then this is 1, 2, 3 of 3. Therefore, wave 3, in this case, this wave 3, is possibly an extension. Now look at this diagram. How would you label this? Well, it could be an ABC, and maybe the downtrend will resume. Could also be a 1, 2, 3. 2 has not retraced more than 100% of 1. And notice in each of these diagrams, we indicate a significant bottom. Of course, if we were looking at downtrends, we would be talking about a significant top. But a question that often comes up is, where do you start counting? Markets are continuous. They don't really have a beginning and an end. Well, you always start from a significant bottom or top. Let's look at the next diagram. We've now carried the previous chart forward, and as you see here, we have a couple of choices on how we could label this. And I've put them on this slide. You see we could have a 1, 2, 3, and that this section in here maybe is 2 of 3. Or it could be an ABC correction, and we're starting wave 1 to the downside. But the important point here is that wave 4 cannot overlap the price territory of wave 1. So this could be the start of a third wave extension, or it's an ABC correction. So let's summarize what we've covered in this section. Of waves 1, 3, and 5, wave 3 can never be the shortest. It doesn't have to be the longest, but it can never be the shortest. Wave 2 can never retrace more than 100% of wave 1. And wave 4 can never enter the price territory of wave 1. That concludes the section on Elliott's rules.